Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another Art for All group with St Christopher's. My name is Lucy. I'm a creative artist who works at the hospice, and today I just wanted to do a short video about about artwork, but also about kind of relaxing into your surroundings and relaxing about the idea of making art, because I think art making can kind of conjure up lots of things for people. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes people think, oh, if I make artwork, it has to be a certain way, or it has to look a certain way. And if I don't make artwork that looks amazing and very realistic, then it's bad. And certainly from my perspective, that's not what making artwork is about. And it's sometimes I feel pressure to make artwork look a certain way, but also it's about my own enjoyment in doing it. And sometimes I make artwork just to help me think about how I'm feeling, and sometimes just as a way to relax. And the artwork that I'm going to be showing you how to do today is a way to relax and a way to be comfortable in your surroundings and in art making. And it's something that you can do if you can sign your name. You can make this artwork. So it's using a pen, a pencil, a piece of paper, and that's it. So what it's called is Zentangle, and it's based on the idea that we all make patterns in life and in art, and people have been making patterns for thousands and thousands of years. So in India you have coloured sand patterns, in Japan you have raked gardens, they're raked into different patterns. In Indigenous Australian art you have dot work. In many different cultures you have carvings on pieces of wood or stone. In Celtic art you have illuminated manuscripts, and this is kind of playing with pattern, playing with shapes and exaggerating them. So a Zentangle is the idea of being able to be kind of grounded in yourself whilst also kind of making this pattern that is free-flowing. And what you start off by doing is finding yourself a comfy chair, a nice place to sit down, maybe a place to work off of, a desk or a table, or maybe you're just able to use your lap and a cushion on your lap and maybe a book with a bit of support. And then, and I'll do this as well, you have your piece of paper, and a piece of paper can be quite intimidating to start off with. So what you can do is create 4 little dots. I don't know if you can see those. And now it's not a blank piece of paper anymore. So, and then what you want to do is connect up those dots so it forms kind of a square. And you can do this with curvy lines, you can do this with straight lines, whatever you choose. So it's up to you. So this is where the creativity starts to come in. And as you're doing this, just think about your space and where you are. Think about how you're feeling in your body, and take care of yourself. Make sure that you're kind of think about slowing down, about letting the worries of the day slip away. Think about, are you feeling like you're quite worried and kind of that a lot of your focus is going into your throat? Are you feeling that you're very up in your head? You might be quite worried about a lot of things. So maybe just move your hands, open and close your hands, maybe give your arms a bit of a wiggle. Maybe if you're sitting in a chair that has arms, maybe put your hands on the side of the chair and just feel the connection of your hands on the chair. And if you have your feet on the floor, feel the connection of your feet on the floor. And then take your focus, and if it's been up in your head or if it's been in your throat, in your chest perhaps, try and focus down a bit lower and kind of feeling the focus about here. If it helps, and if it's something you're comfortable with, you can actually put your hands just here. Just take a couple of breaths and just kind of let come some of the worry and just any thoughts that are going through your head that might be going quite quickly. Just let them melt away and focus. And just breathing slowly not too deeply, but just comfortably, and the feeling of your body in the chair. And then come back to your 4 points on the paper, the lines that you've made in between the dots. So I'm going to do straight lines. There we go. And then just think about what things that you feel are going well at the moment, things that you're grateful for. So it might be that you're grateful just for having the time to sit down and give yourself this opportunity to make a piece of artwork just for you. And you might want to show people the artwork you make. You might want to keep it for yourself because this is about you. Not all artwork goes on the wall. Most of the artwork that we do is actually in the making of it, and is the most important part for people who are making art and artists. Yeah, so if you're feeling ready to, what you then want to do is within the square, you want to make a tangle. So drawing, you might want to draw another square. So I'm drawing another square like that. Then I'm going to have a curving line going that way, and a curving line going that way. Then I'm going to add in some pattern. I'll do this down here. So, and actually with this, you want to switch over to your pen. So we're going straight in with pen. So, and that can be a bit intimidating. So you kind of think, oh, what if I need to rub it out? What if I make a mistake? You can't make a mistake on this. So just start off with a line. So I've gone with that. It's a line. You can just start off with some marks. So let's see, in another corner, I'll do just some marks. So with that corner, I have some marks. So I'll go back to this corner here, and what I'm going to do is just expand the pattern. So this corner, what I think it looks like to me is a bit like a cloud. So I'm going to duplicate that pattern elsewhere in the corner, and I'll show you in just a moment. So we now have that. And then I'll go back to my other corner. So I did a thing that was a little bit like a plant tendril. So I might do, maybe I'll give it some more tendrils. So it can be plant with friends. And they might go different ways, grow in different ways. Some might be a bit bigger, some might be a bit smaller. So yeah, it's filling up, it's expanding. And I'm actually going to turn it round, and I'm going to do some more lines going this way. So yeah, so we now have that added as well. So the thing is, you keep on adding, you keep on adding, you keep on adding, and you can just go on and on and on. And once you've done one square, if you find that you like it, you can go do another square and keep adding and adding pattern. So I also have one that I made earlier, and it's slightly larger, and that will help me show you the next stage in what you can do with this if you like. So this is a work in progress. So we've got loads of different types of pattern. I'm not sure if you can see here, what I've actually done, I've got quite a soft pencil, and I've actually started to do some shading. So I've just shaded so on each one here, I've shaded on the top. And if you're going to do a repeat pattern, shading kind of in the similar space makes it kind of look like it's 3D. So yeah, it creates more of a three-dimensional effect. And this one you can see I have curvy lines on the edge. This one will eventually end up more like this one. And yeah, I could just fill a page with this. And it's just, yeah, just a way of kind of making your own patterns, doing your own thing within a structure. But actually, once you get going, you can apply it to anything. It's similar to what we did with drawing around an object a few weeks ago, but with this you have kind of these squares that can add up. You could actually add colour as well as you continue, and it could be something very, very beautiful, and you really can't make a mistake. That's the joy of it, and it all comes from you. And it can be a way you might be really surprised when you actually do it. It's quite easy to kind of be very, very focused in on this, and it's almost a form of meditation. It can be just a relaxing time just to work on something very simple. So thank you very much for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. All the best.